Jacques Reland is a senior research fellow at the Global Policy Institute. Lovely to have you on the programme again. Look, you know, celebratory farewell drinks were held in many cities around France following Bayrou's exit. What would you say that the mood is like in France?
The mood in France is, as usual, people are dissatisfied. You know, French people are very hard to satisfy, but this time with more than usual, because the situation has been for a long time really confusing. They have no idea where the future is. There's a great climate of uncertainty, and it has turned into anger. And François Bayrou only ended with 19% support. He's the most unpopular prime minister in the history of the Fifth Republic. Macron is not doing much better, 23%. The only support he has is for international action, but as far as domestic policies is concerned, people are very angry with him, and it is actually, there's a certain level of hatred towards him, quite strong. So, and the budget was the last straw. The idea, the spending cut and the idea of cancelling 2 days bank holidays in France was too much for the French.
But that's the thing, isn't it, Jacques? This is a financial as much as a political crisis. Why is France's economy in such a state?
The French economy is not that bad in a way. The growth is all right. The thing is that our debt is increasing. Our debt has gone to 6.4% of the GDP last year. The idea of this budget is to bring down to 5.9, but at the same time, the French debt finds buyers on the market. Well, no problem, because France is not on the verge of bankruptcy, as some people try to say. French private savings are twice the amount, 6,000 billion euros, as opposed to over 3,000 billion for the French public debt. So, except that the interest rates are gone up, the 10 years interest rates, and the cost of repaying the debt or servicing the debt has increased. It's now become the highest budget. The highest item in the budget. We spend more on repayment of the debt than we spend on education or on defense. So that creates a problem. And the problem is not so much a risk of a financial crisis, it's the uncertainty which leads to have a bad impact on economic activity. Firms are not investing, the future is not clear, and we see the French are worried. They don't spend. The savings ratio of the French has gone to 19.2% of their disposable income, which is an amazing rate, and which shows that the lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. So is there any real hope that the country's new, yet to be revealed Prime Minister will have a better chance of forcing a realistic economic plan through?
Yeah, it's short-term action. The next Prime Minister's job is to get a budget for this year. That has, and to agree on a proposal by the end of October. The budget must be voted at the latest on the 31st of December. For that, he needs to get a majority, not to be censored. And that's why he was going to try to form a government which this time will include the centrist bloc, which is around 240, plus the Republicans will back it, and now he has to count on the support of the socialists. I don't think we'll have a socialist prime minister, as some people think. I think that maybe some socialist minister might come in, but I'm not even sure about that. The main point is to try to find a non-censorship agreement to say that for the good of the country, it's important to have a budget. And also, let's not forget that the socialists and the Republicans, the last thing they want is a dissolution and a snap election. That's what will, even though they're loggerheads on their policy ideas, like they disagree totally on the issue of pensions, on the issue of taxation, on the issue of immigration, but for their own survival, a snap election would lead to a national rally victory, and that would probably fall. So even though 60% of the French want a snap election, the leaders of the Republican Party and the Socialist Party don't want that. The only ones who want it is and that's why the Socialists are split up yesterday, kind of almost officially, with the Mélenchon party, LFI, who wants Macron to resign. He's going to try to hold on, and That's why it's important for him to get this budget through and get a government which lasts at least till Christmas.
Oh, we have to leave it there. I'm terribly sorry. Jacques Reland, always a pleasure to talk to you, Senior Research Fellow at the Global Policy Institute.